Clinton traversed much of the same ground as his Democratic predecessors, but his purpose was different. The Clinton tour aimed to do more than expose the problems of the other America. He wanted to draw attention to their profit-making potential. As Clinton explained during his 1999 State of the Union address, our greatest untapped markets are not overseas. They are right here at home. And we should go after them by building a bridge from Wall Street to Appalachia to the Mississippi Delta to our Native American communities. Clinton and his staff compared the New Markets Tour, as the 4-day journey was called, to the trips they orchestrated for corporate executives throughout the 1990s to explore investment opportunities in emerging markets in Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America. For this so-called domestic trade mission, Clinton invited CEOs and representatives of several major corporations and financial institutions, including Bank of America, Citigroup, Aetna Insurance, Walgreens, and Fannie Mae. As Clinton explained to an audience in Appalachia, not far from the Pennington home, he was showing corporate leaders that they should take a look at investing in rural and inner-city America. It's good for business, good for America's growth, and it's the right thing to do. Selling the New Markets program to Wall Street and Silicon Valley executives during the last 2 years of his presidency, Clinton would frequently tell them that it was a win-win and a way that they could do well by doing good. The tour marked the culmination of Clinton's enduring effort to promote private sector investment, market-based tools, and opportunity, rather than redistribution, government assistance, and economic security as the best route to address poverty, economic inequality, and racial segregation. As Clinton explained to an audience at a factory in Clarksdale, Mississippi, in the heart of the Delta, he had been cultivating this approach to poverty, economic growth, and governance since his time as a governor of neighboring Arkansas. In the 1980s, he invited Muhammad Yunus, the founder of the pioneering Bangladeshi microfinance organization, Grameen Bank, and Mary Houghton and Ron Grzywinski of the Shore Bank Corporation, a community development bank based in Chicago, to set up a bank and micro-enterprise program in the Delta aimed at helping poor Black women on welfare become entrepreneurs. Clinton carried this model with him in his successful 1992 campaign for president as part of his quest to prove that he was a new kind of Democrat. Once in power, the Clinton administration implemented this market-based approach in its economic empowerment, international development, and welfare, housing, and school reform efforts. These efforts crested at the end of Clinton's presidency with this attempt to bring capital investment to places like the Appalachian hamlet, where Ray Pennington lived. Clinton was aided in this measure by many of the other figures who joined him on his journey to these so-called left-behind places. In addition to the corporate executives, Clinton was accompanied by cabinet secretaries like Andrew Cuomo, several members of Congress, Democratic Leadership Council, DLC, head Al Frome, and civil rights activist Reverend Jesse Jackson. It was fitting that Frome joined Clinton on tour, since the DLC played a critical role in shaping Clinton's market-based vision to poverty and governance. Frome and a group of Democratic politicians, including Clinton and Al Gore, founded the DLC in 1985 with the explicit goal of reinventing the party through a new electoral strategy and policy agenda. Calling themselves New Democrats, the DLC declared that Democrats should make it their fundamental mission to expand economic opportunity, not government, which would be achieved through free markets and free trade. They also called for introducing choice, competition, and market incentives into the public sector, and stressed that market-oriented solutions could encourage individual responsibility and empowerment among the poor. It was more jarring to see Jesse Jackson as a part of the entourage, scouting out new markets in economically distressed and racially segregated communities. The civil rights activist and two-time Democratic presidential candidate had served as the most prominent face and voice for the left wing of the Democratic Party for much of the previous 2 decades. Jackson had also been one of the most vocal critics of the New Democrats.